All right, let's get right into this. Today, we're going to unpack a really provocative idea from our source material, one that kind of flips the script on everything we thought we knew about sports nutrition. They're calling it the protein paradox. So let me just ask you this straight up. Is that protein shake you're drinking every day actually holding you back? I mean, according to the source we're looking at, the answer could be a big, surprising yes. In this explainer, we're going to break down the argument that the biggest product in the supplement industry might be seriously flawed. So this brings us to the first big idea here. We need to completely rethink protein. For years, we've all been told that when it comes to protein, more is always better. But the source material we're digging into says that's not just wrong, it might actually be working against you. And this is where the claim gets really bold. The source makes this pretty intense statement, basically saying that top-tier athletes are ditching whey protein because, and this is a direct quote, it messes you up and plugs up your whole digestive system. Okay, so this leads us to the core argument against whey protein. And the point here isn't just about feeling a little bloated. The suggestion is that there's a serious, hidden biological price your body is paying every single time you drink one of those shakes. Now, to really get what they're saying, we need to be clear on two sciencey terms: anabolism and catabolism. Anabolism is the good stuff. That's your body building up muscle, repairing itself. Catabolism is the exact opposite. It's your body breaking things down for energy. And the central claim here, it's that whey protein actually pushes you into that wrong state, the catabolic one. And get this, they actually put a number on it. The source claims that a massive 85 to 89% of whey protein is catabolic. Now, if that's true, it means the huge majority of what you're drinking is either going to waste or, even worse, forcing your body to break itself down. So if you do the math, that leaves you with just this tiny sliver. Only 11 to 15% of that whey protein is actually claimed to be anabolic, the useful bit that helps you grow. The whole argument is that you're making your body go through hell for a pretty tiny reward. And this brings us to what the source calls the whey catch-22. Here's the idea. Whey is so tough to digest that it puts your whole body under stress. To deal with that stress, your liver just gives up and converts it all into sugar for a quick energy fix. The process is so demanding that your body actually ends up in a net negative state, basically breaking itself down to process the very thing you took to build yourself up. It's a real paradox. Okay, so if whey is the problem in this story, what's the solution? Well, the source introduces a totally different kind of protein, one that's special because of its tiny structure and, honestly, its very unusual origin. The secret sauce here is apparently something called di- and tripeptides. So instead of a big, clunky, complex protein like whey, imagine these tiny little chains of just 2 or 3 amino acids. According to the source, that small structural difference changes absolutely everything. So where do these little peptides come from? This is where it gets really interesting. The source says this product is extracted from pig's blood. Why? Because pigs are considered a very close biological match to us humans. They use this ultrafiltration process to pull out these di- and tripeptides, which they call the food that nourishes the cells. They also claim it's all encapsulated in blood platelets, which they say makes it last way longer in your body. So you're probably asking, what's the big deal? How does this different structure actually lead to a better result? Well, the core claim is that it lets the protein take a secret shortcut, completely bypassing the tough digestive process and taking a much more efficient route into your body. This slide really lays out the two different journeys they're talking about. Up top, you see the alleged path of whey. You drink it, your body struggles to digest it, your liver processes it, and very little actually gets delivered. Then, down below, you see the proposed path for these peptides. You take it, it gets absorbed directly, and boom, it's in your bloodstream, ready to go. And this quote from the source just nails the main point. The whole game-changing idea is that it isn't digested in the way we normally think about it. It's just absorbed. And to get a little technical for a second, the source even names the specific biological highway it supposedly uses. It's called the PEP transporter, and they describe it as the body's super efficient express lane for getting this kind of nutrition into your system. Okay, fine. So what does all that mean in the real world? Like, what's the actual measurable impact? The source has a name for it. They call it the serum boost effect, and it's all about what happens inside your blood. And check out this chart, because this is how they try to quantify the difference. The central claim here is that a tiny 3-gram serving of these peptides gives you a 3 times greater boost to the protein available in your blood serum than a big 25-gram scoop of whey. It's all about efficiency over brute force. And apparently, this serum boost leads to some pretty incredible benefits. The source talks about super rapid recovery, athletes training their hearts out and waking up the next day not even sore. They also mention reduced inflammation, balanced hormones, and ultimately, it's about filling a nutritional gap to get your body back to its happy, balanced state. So when you boil this entire analysis down, it all comes back to this one simple idea. The argument is that we've been obsessed with the wrong thing. It's not about the sheer amount of protein you can cram into your body, but about the structure of that protein and how much your body can actually use. And that leaves us with one last question to chew on. As we look at the future of nutrition and performance, could it be that the next big breakthroughs will be less about how much we eat and all about the specific shape and structure of what we put in our bodies? Something to think about.